We are
Hell yeah.
live.
Woo! Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to Unkind Plays. Today we have the trial of the century. What it will entail, we do not know. Who knows? Can anyone know? But we'll see how this goes. We've never played it before, so be patient if you if you know this game, because we're just gonna learn it.
Yep.
Learning guilty as suck. I continue.
Look at the little guy in the corner. He's all standing on his soapbox, preaching. Oh,
Objection. Oh my.
Wow, I mean,
I can write the charges.
Hey.
you have to write the charges because you are the prosecutor.
What is that guy? What is that guy guilty of? Look at him. That guilty fuck.
I don't know. Sky will tell us.
You look fantastic, Judge.
I appreciate you.
Hang on.
There's definitely a
watch me for a second.
There's definitely a way to
It's-
see yourself. I don't know how.
It was this movement that got me.
Yeah, just huh?
What do you say? Who? Huh? Huh?
Let's see,
Huh?
is there a way? Oh yeah, okay.
Oh shit.
Shift? No. There's a bunch of emotes, but hey Oz.
Oh. Stealing the idiot's shared brain cell.
Stinky butt. You're accused of stealing the brain cell. The shared brain cell. Today we have some witnesses. We have some we have a little girl and a stressed intern. Call them as you will.
I got hit. I got hit with a paper airplane.
I
Your
don't know what
Honor.
you're talking about.
Oh, I have a file, an evidence file.
Good.
Hmm?
Okay, so I think I'm going to start off with the prosecution.
Okay.
And that should allow you to put evidence in, call witnesses.
Ah,
The prosecution has called Oz's busted ass van and Oz's ass cast.
wait a minute.
They are both intrinsic to this case, Your Honor.
Okay, well, it is your job now, prosecution, to explain how this applies to Stinky Butt stealing the idiot's shared brain cell.
Your Honor, Oz, who is very most often the at least one of the participants of sharing the brain cell, as he is, sort of in the center of the idiots, if you will.
Continue.
He was distracted, Your Honor, with the unfortunate busting of his van, and thus it caused an alarming amount of panic to build up, and he did, as is now canon, expelled his butt cheeks in an act of self-defense, the way that a lizard pops off its tail. And Your Honor, in this moment of weakness, you can see the butt trail leading to Stinky Butt. And it was, in fact, a crime of opportunity.
Understood. Defense. Would you like to cross-examine that evidence, or would you like to propose your own?
We have no need to cross-examine information such as that. He's the prosecutor is talking about some kind of snail trail. Obviously, that doesn't lead to Stinky Butt because that does not pertain to Stinky Butt's butt greases. We don't even need to defend this.
I love how you looked at him and he looked at you. Look over at him. Look over at him, Wyatt. Yeah, he's like, that's pretty great. Okay. Do you want what evidence do you have of Stinky Butt's innocence?
Well, Your Honor, there's only two things that I'm certain of. Firstly, is Bugs Bunny should have reconsidered going past Albuquerque. Second is the innocence of Stinky Butt. See, we all know that the idiots notoriously forget who is holding the brain cell at any one time. The evidence I'd like to bring into the situation was at the time that the brain cell was first brought up. Like with any time these individuals on the opposite end want to bring our friend here, Stinky Butt, down, it's during one of her many romantic novels. See, Sky often loses her brain cells and uses them for her artwork that is writing. So likely she was holding at the time that this entire escapade was going on.
Ah, so you're asserting that the prosecutor was last seen with the brain cell.
I am. I'm placing that into evidence, as she was the last one using it to accomplish her duly noted impressive works, especially ones involving lovers in a battlefield.
Understood. Does the prosecution have anything to say to these charges?
Yes, I would like to submit as evidence.
Oh, if you're submitting evidence, I have to pass it over to you.
I would like to submit as evidence. Wyatt
Oh
Prowse.
dear!
Oh no!
As he is well aware, Your Honor, Sky has had terrible writer's block and is in fact a smooth-brained idiot, and therefore is rarely in possession of the brain cell. She really only shares the one only because Oz graces her a quarter. It's all she's capable of holding on to.
Relevance.
Oh, we have an
But
objection.
if you look
Hold on. We have an objection.
Okay.
What is this relevant to my browser history? You were trying to defend your own information. That's not what's on the table right now. You're trying to, coerce that my browser history is the issue. Can we keep it on the facts at hand?
Yes. Go ahead.
I'm going to allow it on account of you accusing the prosecutor of being the last one. She's simply defending herself and maybe pointing the finger elsewhere. So continue, prosecutor.
Yes. I would like to use Wyatt's browser history as evidence that he too is often in possession of the brain cell. But how closely we use the brain cell, it was last seen, at least half of it in Oz's possession, as it often is. And yeah, who's to say that Stinky Butt, it shows that Stinky Butt was aware that you were also in possession of a portion of the brain cell.
Let it be known to the court that this judge, at least, has never seen Oz in possession of any brain cell. But I'll allow it.
I can allow this. I hide it well.
Wyatt, do you have anything to say in defense of your browser history, or would you like to present evidence or bring a witness up?
I will simply state that I am constantly in incognito mode.
Copy that. It's over to you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Reroll. Of course. With all this being said, we all know where the greatest majority of brain cells go towards. Especially in this climate. The hard work that needs to be done far up north. I submit that all the brain cells were used for one thing and one thing only. Hatred of Olive Garden. It is a known fact that all of Sengoku's brain power, and often the use of the congregation, our small hive mind organization, is directed towards what? A hatred of Olive Garden. And at the time that this entire situation was taking place, my dear companion here, Stinky Butt, was busy joining me looking at my browser history. And you were hating Olive Garden. I am not stating that the judge is inherent, but likelihood of Stinky Butt having the brain cell at the time, far-fetched.
Prosecutor Sky, can you please defend my honor?
Yes, I would like to call as my first witness Oz. Oz, would you like to tell the court the last time that you saw the brain cell?
It is not Oz. You may call a little girl. That is your.
Oh, I can cause a little.
Yeah, you may call. You can cause a little. You can bring a little girl to the stand.
Okay. How do I do that?
You should be able to click the little girl.
It's not doing anything.
Oh, for some reason you're not selected. Try it now.
I am calling the witness of this little girl, who was in fact the one to bust Oz's van and cause his butt cheeks to be expelled in the direction of the defendant.
Little girl. Little girl, will you please take the stand?
Yes. I
take the stand. You're not in the Go over to the witness area.
I literally have no options. I have a notebook and paper balls.
Try requesting the witness again, Sky. You should have an option here.
I got nothing. I'm so confused. Am I the stenographer?
Oh wait, here. I think it's me. No, that just stunned you.
Ow! This is what I meant when I said pound me.
Oh, here we go. I think I got it. Little girl. There we go.
It was you the whole time.
It was me.
Hi. I am in fact Stinky Butt's dinner.
You was
and
what?
I know for a fact that my father was not just looking at your internet history, and I have known Sengoku for a long time.
Please stick to the questions that the prosecutor asked you.
I've known Sengoku for a long time.
Little girl.
I know. Oh yeah, you also have to.
Don't make me hit a bitch. Prosecutor Sky.
I was promised lollipops.
Prosecutor Sky,
yes.
Please.
I'm sorry?
You gotta. This is your witness. Have you guys never seen like any movie with court in it or any TV show?
Can I object on hearsay? I don't think I'm a witness here. I can't figure out what's going on.
Little girl, please tell us what you saw the night that the brain cell went missing.
I saw, as was dictated to me by the victim in this crime, his butt wasn't ejected at Stinky Butt, but at Sengoku. He saw him leaving an Olive Garden.
But where was the brain cell, little girl?
Well, if Sengoku was at an Olive Garden, he clearly didn't have his brain cells, so not with him.
So are you suggesting that Sengoku that the brain cell was stolen from Sengoku?
Sengoku didn't have the brain cell. He was at Olive Garden.
Oh,
He's
okay.
never had it. Also, he can hate Olive Garden brain cell-less. That's part of his nature.
Relevance. Well,
Oh,
relevance.
I was answering my question. Now.
Overruled. I would never go to Olive Garden. This is blasphemy. You may continue with your line of question.
Oh, right. It contradicts everything that has been stated thus far.
Defense, you'll have your opportunity. I overruled though. The Olive Garden line of questioning will be over. But prosecutor, do you have any more questions for your witness?
Yes, little girl. As we've established, Sengoku didn't have it. Wyatt didn't have it. Clearly, I have never had it. And as we said, Oz, who is often in possession of at least half of it, expelled his butt cheeks in the direction of Stinky Butt. So so tell us what you saw the night that Stinky Butt was the object of that caused the butt cheeks to be expelled.
Well, I was going to my weekend with my father, Stinky Butt, and my stepmom, Jessica, was dropping me off, and I saw Stinky Butt. I saw him talking to someone who looked a lot like Sengoku in an Olive Garden.
Whoa! We've already established that's.
You can't silence the truth.
Yes, I can.
You are not the law. Behind me is the law.
Prosecutor, get
I know
control
what I
of your
saw.
witness. Get control of your witness.
Would you like me to treat her
yeah,
as a hostile
Your
witness, Your
Honor.
Honor?
No, that's not what prosecutors do to their own
Oh, God,
witnesses.
yes.
No, that's what I was gonna say.
But I will have.
I mean, I may have the smoothest of brains, but even I know that that's probably wrong.
Your
But I-
Honor, as a defendant, it's getting hostile.
I will allow Attorney Dark Mirror here. I will allow Wyatt to. You can cross at this time and treat the witness as hostile, as she's clearly hostile.
All right, little girl. That is your name.
My name is Stinky Butthole. I was named after my father. Please use it correctly.
Of course, Miss Butthole. I will show you the respect you are not allowing the rest of our congregation. You continue to instigate that our judge was there in the conversation involving this ire fiasco. And yet it is established, not only through everything that we've done, where and which of any possible one of these restaurants did you find your husband and, in fact, Mr. Sengoku? Where did this happen? Which of these restaurants? Can you name exactly the restaurant?
You went at all,
Objection! Objection!
Nope.
She is, in fact, a little girl and has no husband.
Yeah. I don't know how.
He's my father.
I don't know how you do it where you're from, Mr. Wyatt, but children aren't
Yes.
usually brides.
Shame
You're
on
supposed to be
you.
a smart lawyer.
Shame on you, Mr. Lawyer.
And I will
Yeah,
have you,
I've said
What did I do wrong?
prosecutor, I will have you phrase it as an objection, not just yell at the defense.
I said objection.
Yeah, but you say objection and then you allow you state it after the. We'll
I
continue.
will rephrase what I have stated.
Okay, please.
Where did you see your father and the Honorable Judge Sengoku?
I saw them in an Olive Garden. It was actually an Olive Garden A&W mixed building. I didn't even know A&W was still around.
And you
Oh.
saw specifically your father conversing with the Honor himself.
Yes. Someone who
Let me
looked
know
a lot
to-
like him. He had different hair and wasn't wearing a silly gown.
So you can't be 100% certain that it was our Honor.
I mean, I can't be sure it was him, but I was definitely sure that was my dad.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay.
I don't... What?
Little girl.
Yes.
Little girl. Has your father been incrementally smarter on occasion
Well,
since this incident?
Well, since he abandoned me when I was 3 to go get a pack of cigarettes, I haven't seen him think much.
Your
This is
Honor,
really
speaking
the-
out of turn.
I realize that defense, but I'll allow it. But you will have the opportunity to cross.
Oh, okay. Am I allowed to speak?
Yes,
Okay.
with caution.
So, this was my father trying to get back in touch with his family, and then I saw him and someone who looked like him.
If you could please just answer the question the prosecutor has put for you.
What was the question?
Has your father exhibited
Well,
any
We've clearly
Monicum-
established that the witness does not have the brain cell.
It was stolen!
Continue, prosecutor.
has your father exhibited any added intelligence in the last since the brain cell was stolen?
Well, I saw him talking with. Don't make faces like that at me. I'm a little girl. You're a fucking adult. My father
Yes,
was
don't do
talking
that.
to the person who looked like the judge. Maybe not the judge. Maybe could be. Doesn't matter. Hearsay. Whatever. So my father was there, and they were discussing plans. And my father doesn't make plans. My father is a fly by the whim of his penis, man.
So he was more intelligent.
Probably. They could have been dumb plans, but I mean, to make plans, period, implies intelligence.
Attorney Wyatt, you may ask questions now.
Where did you learn the statement "fly by the tip of his penis"? Young
Well-
Miss Butthole.
I learned
well,
you, okay?
I mean,
I learned it from watching
You left your computer open at my house, and I found some open tabs, and they weren't very pretty.
Let it be known, court, that Mr. Stinky Butthole is not being charged with any child endangerment. We are not dealing with that in this specific courtroom.
What's a chocolate space fondue?
Regardless of that, you cannot be sure. Your father at least had some measure of intellectual capacity to not only appear here in court, but also to be able to have some measure in raising you. Would you say that your father has been a kind man?
I just said my father walked out on me when I was 3. He didn't raise me. In fact, this is the
Yes.
most I've seen him show up in my life.
So, what you're saying is that your father has had next to no major contact with you, and you cannot ensure or ascertain anything of his current choices in life.
I mean,
And you cannot say credibly of his persona non grata, i.e., personality. You have no measure of that, correct?
yeah, I guess, but, you know, in my experience, showing up is the most intelligent thing he's done, and he didn't do it until now, so...
Do you have anything else for this witness, Wyatt?
I am done with this witness.
Thank God.
Oh, hi. I received a message while I was doing that voice. Do you guys ever watch Shark Tale?
No.
The shrimp from Shark Tale talks exactly like that, and it's so funny.
It is the defense's, you can present evidence or call on your witness.
Where do I see my witnesses?
You should see a stressed intern with the blue...
Oh, I see. I'd like to call my witness to the stand.
He's there.
Hang on, wait.
Please,
Excuse me.
please
Good.
state your name for the court.
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm Chad Chaddington.
You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help
Sure.
you Oz?
Yes, sure. Yeah, whatever. Was that the right answer?
Continue, attorney.
Mr. Can I call you Chaz?
Is yes the right answer?
Hello, Chaz.
Okay.
You've experienced quite a bit of time with our defendant as of late. You know, hard nights, working hard. Been a bit difficult recently, correct?
Yeah. I mean, He's a paid employee, and I'm an intern. I mostly just do all of his work.
And you've had a lot of experience with him, especially, getting coffee, ensuring his paperwork is done, not getting paid any money of your own.
You guys have any like crackers or like a soda?
And in all that time
yeah.
that you've experienced, especially within the last 6 months that you've been an unpaid intern, you have been able to have a hands-on or direct knowledge involving Mr. Stinky Butt's personal goings-on. Has he seemed more competent as of late? Or has he always been relatively wasteful?
Am I safe? Is this a safe space?
Yes. Yes, you're
That fucker has made me do every strip of fucking work that he has ever gotten. I haven't seen a thought come out of that man except shit out of his ass because he doesn't make it to the bathroom half the time. You waste of fucking space!
Oh,
Thank
no!
you.
The revelation.
I have no further questions at this time, as he smiles.
Excellent. Prosecutor, you can cross-examine.
Yes, Mr. Intern.
Yeah, sorry for the outburst. Please don't fire me.
Oh, it's completely understandable when you work for someone who displays such incompetence. But on the night in question, which the date escapes me because, as previously stated, smooth brain.
October 32nd.
Yes. Sure. Would you?
This has been in the back burner for 9 months? Jesus Christ.
So are you saying that, or would you say that he has displayed any kind of maybe saying the same thing as someone within this group at the same time, or that he has seemed at all even just a tiny bit more put together?
I mean,
has he perhaps stopped shitting on the floor as often?
No, but he hasn't been at work for a week, and but that's just about it. I guess the previous week before that he was slightly more misogynistic, but
I posit, Your Honor, that may show that he is sharing a brain cell with Wyatt. I rest my case.
Misogyny is your evidence.
Misogyny is a sign of intellectualism?
Yeah.
Is that your argument?
No. It's a sign that he's sharing a brain cell with you.
Can the court stenographer please note that the prosecutor has stated that misogyny is a sign of intelligence?
No, the prosecutor did not.
It's in
not
the
say
law.
that.
It's in the law.
No. It's a shared brain cell. The implication is that he's sharing it with Wyatt. Because,
Chaz, just get the fuck up. Sit up, Chaz.
Misogyny.
Yeah, sorry. Don't fire me, please. I need this job. I'm not getting paid.
Safe space for now.
Okay. Did I answer everything correctly?
I rested my case.
You rested your case, or you're done with the witness?
I rested my case.
Oh shit!
Bold move.
Bold move. Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
Defense, would you like to present any more evidence?
Yes. Even though the... Thank you, but can I just say that we just won? Look, give me a moment. I will say that as added evidence, given how she's acted up to this point, we all do know that Sky was the diversity hire.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, natural for someone who adds diversity to a social group to bring a little bit of an intellectual flair. And though
Objection?
she may be
Relevance? Relevance!
The relevance comes to your capacity to have the brain cell and your consistency in blaming our dear companion here. As our diversity hire, you bring in a piece of natural competence, something more to the social group because of that.
I'll allow
And
it.
misogyny.
I'll allow it on account of I want to appear smart, so I will.
And given that she is smart enough to agree that misogyny is an intellectual trait, I hereby state that Mr.
Objection! That is not what I said.
The record
Butthole
here
is
shows
innocent by proxy.
I have hating girls equals smart from you, the prosecutor.
Or does that mean that she doesn't have the brain cell because she thinks that hitting girls is smarter?
Excellent point.
No, you are all misrepresenting my what I said.
I would like the last
Overruled.
statement struck
Continue.
From the record,
Continue.
As it was stated by a witness. Last statement said by a witness. I would like it struck from the record.
He was defending you
Oh, was he?
in a way.
Thanks, dude. In that case, do not.
I will strike the witness. If that makes you feel any better.
Damn.
Look at that.
No further statements, Your Honor.
I will also strike the witness. He's into it.
Now. Strike me, baby. Strike me so fucking hard. Sorry.
Well, if no one, do you have any more evidence to put forward, or should we go to closing statements?
I'm good going to closing statements, Your Honor.
Well, your case is already closed, so you don't.
No. You close your case, and then you get to make a closing statement.
Yeah, I mean, generally, yeah, but I mean, you couldn't present any more evidence if you wanted to.
Clearly, Sengoku also does not have the brain cell.
No. Oh my God. Why? Can you please explain? Anyways, we'll continue. Prosecutor, please give your closing statement.
Technically, the oh wait, does the prosecutor
fuck
go first?
up.
No, I'm pretty sure the defense goes first in closing statements, and prosecutors follow.
Prosecutor, I am the judge.
Very well.
Would you
Your
like
Honor.
to? Would you like to give a statement, or should we just skip your statement?
Okay, no, I will give a statement. Your Honor, it is clear. I wish that I could walk around, but I am tethered to this spot. I would walk around for dramatic emphasis. It is clear that as a as a symptom of sharing a brain cell is often doing or saying something in tandem with another idiot, thus sharing the brain cell. And as we have established, Mr. Stinky Butthole is not an idiot, but has been exhibiting misogyny similar to Wyatt, which is, as you would know, Your Honor, canonical to Wyatt's idiot nature and personality. And so I state that it is evidence that Mr. Stinky Butthole.
This is closing statements. There are no evidence.
Stinky Butthole is sharing a brain cell with Wyatt.
Okay.
And therefore he is not authorized to be sharing that brain cell with Wyatt, and therefore he is guilty.
Understood. Defense. Closing statement.
Closing. Men are. It is thanks to Sky and her devotion to go after me as an individual that she has shown that women are naturally inferior to men, and that my position is correct. That our illustrious Mr. Butthole was not only not there at the time when the event happened, he had been constantly accosted and pulled through the mud. He is just an innocent man who has constantly been trampled on, with his name essentially besmirched for all time. I would like the jury and the judge to think deeply and pull from their heart They're understanding that no matter what else or whoever else may be involved in this case, Mr. Butt, innocent of these charges.
I thank you, defense. Thank you, prosecution, for your arguments today. It appears to me as though the burden of proof for the prosecution is to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Mr. Stinky Butt does in fact have the brain cell. I don't think that burden of proof has been met. I have lost faith in humanity, and I now think of women in a light that is possibly toxic. Before I make my judgment, I would like to say that the little girl will be held in contempt of court for her slander and lies against this court. You are a disgrace, and I will see you in hell.
Can't hide it anymore.
So therefore, I've decided today that Mr. Stinky Butt, you are innocent of all accused charges. You should heavily discipline your daughter, and I get why you abandoned her now.
This court is misogynistic.
Yeah! That was so much fun.
Another.
Yeah, I'll invite you guys. Invite to game.
All right, I'll be witness
To
now.
game.
I was gonna put up a poll in the chat, but I don't know that I can do that.
I don't think you can. You can put up a poll regarding the episode, though, and we could link it.
Yeah, Judge Sky.
Judge Sky.
Oh God,
All right.
we're all doomed.
I take in my oath to be both an idiot and completely ignorant of the law,
Well, you are
Fair enough.
as is demonstrated by my predecessor.
You need to ready up.
Your Honor, if you could please ready up.
She did already say she was an idiot, so we can't hold that against her. You again? You look even sadder this time.
Let's see if I can fix that, make that better. I gotta have something in here that works. No, that's probably the best one.
Right, remember, no stream sniping.
Well, I don't know that it's possible to. Well, no, I guess technically we could see the charges and stuff, but we'll see that in a second anyway.
I love it when you take things very literally, Sky. It's actually kind of fun.
I have autism.
And I'm a sock. Grow up.
Oh, okay. Order in the court. We have here Sky's clone, which is accused of I missed what it said.
Press
She
tab.
got big old titties.
Press tab.
Sky's clone is accused of writing a romance novel without a happy ending, which is the highest level of blasphemy. All right. Prosecutor, it is your opening statement.
You have to hit the thing. If you look at your gavel, you can scroll up and down, and that will tell you. So go to the conversation. Don't judge. Don't hit the judge one. Go to the conversation one, and then hit me.
Okay. Is it that says witness? Oh, there's conversation.
Yes. No, you hit me. Not you. Got to hit the red button in front of you. Excellent.
Okay. I'm learning.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, we are here today to put forth these charges against Sky's clone. She is definitely guilty of creating a series of romance novels modeled after 50 Shades of Grey, whereby the couple, in fact, both cheat on each other repeatedly, causing myself and many people who have read these books to be quite disturbed. I mean, was it hot? Was it steamy? Did I make love to the pages of the book? Why, certainly. But that is not what's on trial here today. What is on trial is Sky's clone and her abuse of the fundamental, important structures that make romance novels what they are. That's all for my opening statement.
Very good. Very good. You, sir, Mr. Defense Attorney. What say you? Oz. Counselor?
Just looking around.
Counselor?
Yes, sorry. I have come. I may have been eating
I'll wake
ramen
you up.
and close my mouth.
Objection, Your Honor. Eating ramen in a court is not an appropriate thing to do.
Objection, relevance.
We had to wait for you to finish your ramen. That's the relevant.
I mean,
I had to wait for you to type out your whole prosecutions.
He's got a point. Sustained. Please refrain from eating ramen in my courtroom.
Will do. I have come to this court today to defend a clone of one of my closest friends in this heinous hearsay accusation against something that is deeply against the nature of the core of the clone. And that is all I have to say. Currently. I am ready to receive arguments.
All right. So, do I go back to here?
Yep. Yeah, and now I'll present. Why can't I present any? I still can't present anything.
Do I need to click on something?
Yeah. I don't know
What do I do?
I don't know. Worked fine for me.
That's judgment. That's witness. Allow the lawyer to present evidence.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I'm
I want
too
to
smooth-brained for this.
Oh, I got it. Here we go. I got it.
Okay.
Oh no, we didn't use our custom one. Damn it.
Do we want to quit real quick
no.
and rejoin?
No, we'll figure this out. We'll figure this. We're good enough lawyers, Oz.
I'm looking at my options and okay.
We'll figure this out. I would like to present an empty bottle of wine as my evidence. It is established that Sky and her clone can drink a ridiculous amount of alcohol without making any bad judgments, and in this case, she was guilty of writing these things of pure malice and hatred for the art form that is romance novels. The wine was found to be staining some of the pages, and then she got a little enthusiastic with it and made it like an artsy choice style, which is not for everyone. I think it's quite tasteful or tasteless, and I think this court would agree.
Objection, speculative.
Sustained.
Okay, well, I agree. This is what I think. Yes, that is all I have at this time.
Very, very well. Very well.
It's gonna be real rough on us with these problems.
Do you want to call a witness?
I will just go back and forth with it.
Sure.
I today am here to defend this clone's honor. I have known the original Sky for a long time, and we often drink together. And in none of the times we have drunk has she ever even tried to write anything. Ever. And I don't think the clone would do the same. And I have here the defense's original computer. It is very old and kind of smells like ketchup.
Why ketchup?
You'll see later.
I'd like to object to that. Saying we'll see later is not a proper way to present arguments.
Well, any evidence I could give about the ketchup smell only comes up later in a further point.
Well, I would question the relevance of that right now.
All right, it's a computer that doesn't smell like ketchup yet.
So withdrawn,
However,
I guess.
The computer belonged to the scientist that cloned Sky.
Objection, Your Honor. He quite clearly stated that the computer belonged to the defense, and now it's belonged to a scientist.
Yes. Do you have a God? What is that called? The chain of evidence and the hands that it's passed through. What is that called?
The computer's original
Chain of
owner was
custody?
the scientist.
Yes.
And
Thank
when
you.
Sky was cloned, the scientist gave the computer to the clone of Sky in an attempt to get her to write a best-selling romance novel.
No.
However, this slop that has appeared to be having her name on it is nothing that she would ever write.
I see.
I'm done.
All right. What say you, prosecutor?
I would like to establish that the this clone is in fact a reputable clone of Sky. There is evidence that she spent. Oh, that's the wrong one. Excuse me. Excuse me.
There in the subway.
Apologies. Eating something suspicious. We all know that the original Sky is a fan of crazy concoctions of food that should not be eaten by regular human beings. And I'd also presented.
Objection, speculation.
You're on thin ice, counselor.
How's it speculative? I think it's been clearly established at this point.
It's purely, dealer's choice on what you eat.
Proceed with caution, counselor.
I feel like this is a biased judge right now.
Oh, is it?
Well, fine. I will also present the Eternity in the Loo. This is a well-known Sky factor. The Chibi Tinklin. That is a well-established fact. And this is something that has been exhibited by the accused. And I think everything about this clone has been mirroring the way that Sky goes about her business. I think the only differing thing is the real Sky is waiting to write a great piece of literature, whereas this one is cheap and decided to write up whatever swill could come to her mind. And therefore we have the book that you see before us.
Objection, leading question.
It wasn't a question.
Objection question? Not a question?
It was a statement.
Question? Whatever. Continue. That's speculative again, but I don't want to keep saying speculative, so I'm trying to come up with different. I can't remember all the objections.
Hearsay.
No, that's if someone is going off of something that someone else said.
They don't have to be real objections.
Relevant.
They don't have to be real objections, I believe.
Objection, Italian.
How dare you? What's the matter, you?
Objection, Italian, famously known for having interesting food combinations.
Oh.
So you are lying to yourself and the court, sir.
Okay, relevance. I would like to hear relevance on why any of this is related directly to the written work. The defense has suggested that this swill was in fact not crafted by the Sky Clone. What is your evidence to prove that it was?
I mean, it's clearly been established that the Sky Clone is the writer of the book. It is right there inside of the page. It says in the signing note is to all my smooth-brained friends. It's quite clearly no one else would think of this. I mean, assuming that the judge herself did not write this book, the clone of the honor is the only possible guilty party here.
Objection, speculative.
Sustained.
None of that is solid, concrete evidence.
It was signed by the party.
And I can't sign Sengoku on a piece of paper?
No, I mean the book was written. It was attributed to Sky's clone.
Were you there?
Was I there? I mean,
Perhaps you should call a
was
witness.
written on the page. That's true.
I mean,
I think you're going to need some help on this, buddy.
It's the defense's. I don't think a witness will help in this biased court, but go ahead, go ahead,
No,
defense.
I am all if this work was in fact written by the clone of Sky, then she should be held accountable. We are here to establish within reasonable doubt. The burden of proof is on you to prove that she in fact wrote it.
Well,
If the defense is claiming that she didn't.
Yes, but what I have to do that with is an empty bottle of wine, eternity in the loo, and eating something suspicious.
Well, you've shown that those are all things that prove that she is in fact a clone of Sky.
Yes, which is what I've...
None of those are related to writing. Right, having penned this monstrosity.
Judge, I gotta say, you're doing a lot of talking in this case. This is the most
you're
talkative
not.
judge I've ever heard. Because I'm trying to say it's your turn to talk.
All right, make it my turn.
Go ahead.
All right. The prosecutor has come to attack my defendant with a series of hearsay arguments, defaming both her character and her integrity as a writer and as a clone of Sky. There has been no proof other than some words on a page that anyone could have written, that even herself didn't written. If it's a published book, the publisher wrote that. I stand here in court today heavily insisting that the clone of Sky did not write this book. On my friendship bracelet with Sky, I know for a fact that neither her nor her spawn, nor a clone of her would ever write something this atrocious. 50 Shades of Grey.
I would like to object that the defense is clearly making statements out of friendship, and they're not based on fact or any evidence provided. Merely that she wouldn't do things. I think if the onus of proof is on the prosecution to prove she did do these things, then just by saying she surely didn't isn't proof of that either.
As a witness to our friendship, and as one of her closest friends, I think I am a good enough witness to judge the character of both her and her clone.
Yeah, well, as her paralysis demon / friend, I also I can also testify that normal Sky would not do these things, but that the cloned version, while having the same skill level in writing, would do these things because she is evil, I say.
Well, there is no evidence to support that she's evil, and the genetic code listed on the old computer I have in the evidence says she's an exact match.
Yes, but I mean, the prosecution does make a point that we are all, you know, a product of nurture as well as nature. Please, for the love of God, someone call a witness so we don't lose Wyatt.
I will call. Bring it over to me. Bring it over to me. I will call. I would like to bring up my witness. If you can summon him.
It is. I don't know how to do it, but I do know it's on you.
It's on your. No. Why? Sky has to turn her gavel to the witness. Thing, and then hit it for me.
There you are.
Hello, fancy movie producer man. Can you please state your name for the court? He's shy.
I told you we would lose him.
You there, Wyatt?
Sleep? Are you muted?
I see
them moving around.
I see you moving, Wyatt. I just don't hear any words.
I think your witness has had a heart attack.
Oh no. Speak, sir!
Wyatt.
Doom doom.
Hello.
Okay, you're
there
here.
it is.
Excellent.
Ed, Fonzarelli. They call me the Duce at the business. You can call me El Duce if you want.
El Duce? Okay.
El
Very well,
Duce.
sir. I'm hearing douche. It's a weird thing to request to be called, but I mean, very well, sir. If that's what you would like to be referred to as.
Thanks a lot.
I mean, El Duce is as well. That was Benito Mussolini's nickname, so...
Hey, what can I say? The guy had fantastic coats.
El Duce.
Eh.
So, what is it you do for a living?
I do films. I take books and I'm making them movies. I do some movie magic. People write up scripts and I get that shit on the screen. And 50% of the time they turn it into a porno and that's when they get me.
Were you ever approached by the accused? Have you ever met the accused before?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can remember those jugs anywhere.
Objection, crass.
I'm sorry.
I'd like to see where this
I
is
can remember
going.
those Junga Bungalows anywhere.
And how is it that you knew the accused? What was the interaction you had?
Am I allowed to say that in court?
Just the business matters, please.
All right. Well, after we got busy, things got really heated. You know, we're talking and we were banging. We were throwing ideas between each other. It was a great moist event. And after I was done perspirating, we finally started writing, and it was a beautiful script. You know, it was cheating and banging and horsing and fucking and not horse fucking. Then not just the right height, no bucket required.
Did the accused mention anything about the so-called book that this this movie was to be based off.
Yeah, the romance novel without a happy ending. Oh, it's wonderful for a porno. Everybody's fucking each other. For an actual book, I thought it was a bit risque.
Did the accused at any time mention anything about the writing of said novel?
Oh yeah, between the sounds of dry heaving, there was plenty of talk of that.
And what did the accused say about the writing
Oh God,
of this
oh
book?
yes, oh God, about the book. Just things like, it's gonna really set the mark. It's gonna change how books are gonna be written. And that, she's gonna be the next, Hugo Boss or, whatever that chick who wrote the fucking 50 Shades of Grey is.
Yes, Hugo Boss, the infamous writer of 50 Shades of Grey. Let it be known to the court that the witness has identified Sky's clone as the self-purported author of the book in question. And El Duce, did Sky's clone tell you anything else about why she would write a book without a happy ending, a romance novel in particular?
Because they'll never see it coming, even though it's done a lot, especially by Nolan Sparks or whatever. Said his name by name and said she's gonna be bigger than he was.
Understood. That is all I have for this witness. I'd rather not talk to him anymore.
I would.
Do I click the blue now?
No, just let him talk.
Okay.
It'll call up Oz's witness.
Mr. Douche, we have never met before, correct?
I have never seen you before in my life, but I will say that you look exactly like the prosecutor.
We're brothers.
He is my brother.
Yeah.
I found the brain cell. We have never met before, but I have seen many, many of your works. Is it not true that you are currently involved in at least 7 different movies?
Objection, Your Honor. Saying is it not true is a confusing question.
Sustained. Please rephrase your question, counselor.
Is it true that you are filming 7 movies right now?
I am, in fact, filming 7 different spicy flicks, and one of them, for some reason, getting picked up by Pure Flicks.
Oh.
And of these 7 movies, how many people involved in the movie have you had sexual relations with?
Oh.
Objection. Relevance, Your Honor.
It's coming.
You have a short leash,
Fine.
counselor.
At least 1 per film. If
At
not
least
5.
1 per film. And you do plenty of research on these films, I assume.
Yeah, sure. I research and reach into my pocket and search for my paycheck and then throw it out there and somebody else writes it for me.
And on the night in question that you were with our defendant, were you wearing your glasses?
Oh, wearing glasses? No, you kidding? Of course I was. I mean, I was wearing my shades, but they're not as cool.
Judge, I stand to reason that with the amount of gross, disgusting sex from this gross, disgusting person, and the lack of glasses, and the fact that the scientist who created this clone was more passionate about the book than the clone, and that the clone is a clone of you, saying that they want to be the next writer of 50 Shades of Grey is very uncharacteristic, unless it was in fact someone dressed as the clone.
Objection, Your Honor. No one could look as gorgeous as Clone Sky. That's impossible.
I feel like you're pandering to the judge. I'm not discouraging it, but you are seeing.
But the judge is a sock.
Also, we have established that I'm looking for the. There we go. We have established that this clone is not an exact clone, and that there is some possibility of evil here.
Objection, lie. We have established this is an exact clone through the old computer. We've established it, and you have not refuted it. You've just said it's an evil clone.
The judge herself brought up the point of nature versus nurture, in which I would
The
say
possibility is there, but if we're judging off of possibility instead of the genetic markers that make up these two people,
well, I would
then that's
posit
a whole different case.
I would posit that this is an exact clone, but this clone did sleep with this man, therefore making it clear,
Oh, yeah.
clearly
Hang
evil,
on.
clearly vile and evil.
Mr. Douche, can you confirm,
Douche.
without a shadow of a doubt, that the person who slept with you that night was the defendant?
I'd
You did
recognize
not have your
those knockers
glasses.
anywhere.
I assume it was not the daylight, because I imagine that hurts your fragile soul.
You saying that she's a bar girl? No, she's a 10 out of 10. She's burning like spice.
Can you confirm, looking at the defendant now, that this is the person that was in your bed that night?
Yes. Look at the purple hair. You know how many fucking people
And
with
there aren't
hair?
purple
Well,
wigs?
I also have purple hair, sir.
Wearing a white wig.
Oh. I mean, fair enough.
Her natural
I
hair is
am-
purple.
Pretty certain I was up in that muff all night.
Pretty certain. Pretty certain, but not 100%.
And I... Okay.
Without your glasses. Oh,
Objection.
well, how-
Can anybody be 100% certain of anything, Your Honor?
Yes.
You're acting like I'm nearsighted. I'm
Yes, he,
farsighted.
he doesn't have glasses.
I
He
know
doesn't.
exactly what you look like.
He doesn't need glasses.
He's wearing glasses right now.
They're cool dude shades. What are you talking about? He already established that he was wearing those very shades. And look at how they're slipped down over his eyes. They weren't impeding his vision. He never wears them all the way up. You know that.
You know it, baby.
Yeah.
Counselor, do you have any further questions?
I do not. I just don't want to talk to this fucking weird person anymore, honestly.
Fair enough.
Hey, gabagool.
Would you like to call your first witness, your only witness, as they only allow
Can I
us
go now?
each?
Yeah,
Yes.
You fucking weirdo.
Now it's gonna
I
be
guess I
about-
will call my witness, because he's up there.
Hi there. Hello.
Now, Mr. What was your name again?
Dilbert.
Dilbert. You worked closely with the scientist who created the clone, correct?
Oh yeah, it was a lot of work.
And so you've seen the process that went into making the clone, and then what was
Oh yeah,
the clone was used for afterwards.
absolutely.
Can you describe the scenario?
Oh well, the clone was created with a lot of tender love and care, and not like in a creepy way, but like a friendly and very comforting environment. And aside from long hours and also constant maintenance, the clone came out pretty well. I mean, she's able to read, write, process information. She's very similar to Sky, but is individual in her own ways, has her own wants and desires, but was well treated.
And were you there when she was writing the book? Were you in the room?
Not really. But I would, check in from time to time when she was writing with things, but knowing whether it's specifically that book or not, I can't guarantee, but I it doesn't seem logical from what I've seen that she would write something.
Objection, Your Honor. That's speculation.
Overruled. I would like to hear what the witness has to say.
Even if it's hearsay?
Well, this
Well, he's-
is witness first case. This hearsay if he's saying someone else said something.
Well, he's saying his opinion about what he thinks she would have done.
That is speculative, but the judge ruled.
Well, it's not speculative.
Overruled, loser.
It goes to a question of character. He is testifying on her character.
No, he's testifying as to whether she wrote the book.
It's character. The judge ruled. Shut up.
Carry on,
Continue,
Absolutely.
Gilbert.
Yes. And I would be seeing what books she's working on. She reads a variety. Like every so often, like she doesn't like the Fabio stuff. She consistently reads, competent, low, if not high fantasy related stuff, and would write and related stories. One was even about two lovers on a battlefield. It was very, very touching.
Sounds very similar to my best friend. Now I have an important question. Have you ever seen her reading a book by Eloise James?
Ooh.
Or Eloisa James? I can't remember the name exactly, but it's Eloisa James.
It is Eloise James, but the relevance.
Well, I know that is one of my friend's favorite authors. And if we can assume that the clone is reading it, we can assume their values are fairly similar. Of course, that is speculative. And I withdraw my question.
Good, I was
More
about to object
importantly-
the shit out of it.
Yes, stay on task, please, counselor.
Now, tell me about your boss, the smut-obsessed doctor.
Oh, well, what can I say? He's obsessed with smut. He definitely...
And he's a scientist, I guess he's a scientist.
Yep.
Oh,
I
yeah,
assume both of these are
right.
correct.
He is, in fact, a scientist. What I remember is that he has a very dedicated, often to the detriment of those around him. He loses touch, those closest to him, and he doesn't realize when others look upon him with love in their eyes. Deep romantic. But he's always kindred, and he has a deep love for the art of writing and poetry, gently whispering in your ear, making you feel warm.
Mr. Dilbert,
Yes.
do you perhaps have or do you wish you had a more than professional relationship with this doctor?
I don't think that's really relevant to this case.
And would you do anything to
Relevance,
see your doctor?
objection, Your Honor. This
I
nerdy
would
man
like
is
to-
not on trial.
I would like to know where this is going.
This closeted man is not on trial.
And would you do anything to make sure his biggest dream of writing a best-selling romance novel comes true?
Objection, Your
I-
Honor. Once again, this has not been established.
I would like to see where this is going.
Can you give me the green light so I can present evidence?
Yes.
We're doing a witness. What are you presenting evidence? Finish
I
your
can present
witness.
evidence whenever I want.
It's
I
true.
would like to bring to the table
What the fuck kind of kangaroo court is this?
a subway ticket found in your office from the lab to the Hollywood office of our smutty, shitty director. Now,
Where are you
when
going
exactly
with
did
this?
you go and visit him?
Are you insinuating that I went and saw that creepy guy?
Your Honor, I have
That's
to
good.
insist here. I have to object. This is clearly attacking this witness with no end in sight, no purpose.
Well, please get where you're going, Counselor.
He's been getting where he's going for the last 10 minutes.
I'm there. What do you mean? You guys don't see it?
No, I
This
see it.
man clearly dressed up as a clone of Sky and slept with that director.
I have a penis.
Objection, Your Honor. He could not encapsulate the beauty that we see before us.
Objection, pandering. Again.
I mean, overruled.
Whatever. I'm glad we're back to this again. Whatever.
Listen,
I
was
yield
with
my
you,
time.
but this is getting terrifying.
Get out
No,
of here.
no, you were getting somewhere.
I got there.
I would like to know the answer, please.
He yielded his time, Judge.
No, he asked the question. I would like for it to be answered by the witness.
He did answer. He said he didn't
What?
sleep with him.
Okay. Do you have any evidence to suggest that he did?
I showed a subway ticket from the lab to the Hollywood office.
Very well.
Yeah,
okay.
Oh. Oh
So,
no.
So if we have evidence that anybody's gone anywhere, that's evidence that they slept with someone. That seems.
We have evidence that someone very close to this case and very close to the scientist whose dream it is to have this romance book go, worldwide, going to the place where it could have maybe been published and has been picked up. And we also have evidence that the person who is publishing the book is sleeping with the person who presented it to them.
Wouldn't she have access to the subway ticket too?
We found it in your apartment.
Yeah, we all kind of. Dang, I
You have
put
any-
on a purple wig.
If purple wig was in my evidence, I would have presented it. But I got
That would have
shitty
been like your
evidence. It's
perfect,
fu-
that would have been perfect. That would have.
It would-
That's
it
what
would
would
have
have
been.
gotten me. But
Oh, yeah,
right now,
yeah, it would have been.
Would have been funny.
Wait, no,
shit.
give me the thing back. Give me the thing back. I have something.
You
He
literally yielded your time.
he yielded his time, Your Honor.
I yielded my time.
I have to object. This is unorthodox and uncalled for.
Kangaroo court.
We're all learning the system, Counselor.
I'm the jury in the background just eating popcorn.
I would like to present a broken female shoe that once belonged to the defendant, but was found broken in this witness's department. As if someone had tried to fit an oversized foot in it.
Objection, Your Honor. Sky does not wear shoes.
Well, I mean that's irrelevant, I think, right? I mean, whether or not
Are you asking us?
I don't know.
You as the judge.
Are you saying you never wear shoes when you go outside?
I wear shoes when I go outside. Yes.
My case stands. Witness, what do you have to say for yourself?
So your belief is that I'm Cinderella?
My belief is that you dressed up as the defendant to get your lover, the scientist, his biggest dream. I don't know how you pulled off hiding your cock and balls, but also I don't think that director really cares what holes you got. I think he was gonna put whatever in wherever.
That's true.
That
Where
guy
there's a
was
hole, there's a goal. Mm.
Weird piece of shit.
I literally have nothing to say to this.
Speechless he is! I have caught him red-handed! I would like a colonoscopy on him!
Objection. He has not caught anything except for syphilis.
That's a great... Can I call back the other witness?
No.
No, the prosecutor gets to cross-examine your witness before we
Oh,
call
yeah, go for
anything
it.
else.
Ding.
Prosecutor, would you like to cross-examine?
Very much so. Thank you, Your Honor. Dilbert, I would first and foremost like to apologize for the conduct of the defense in making such vile and harsh accusations against you. You seem like a lovely young man.
Thank you.
So you said that you grew up. You saw the Sky Clone grow up, correct?
Yes, yeah.
And what sort of love and nurture was put in place for her upbringing?
You know, clones accelerate their growth much faster than usual and/or sock puppets. So we did the normal things of Pavlovian training, nurture by patting her on the head when she did things right, and then placing a cookie on her nose and teaching her how to, lift her head up, then drop it, and then catch it with her mouth. Different fun little activities that we trained and taught with her. We then moved on to potty training and the like. That was a bit messy, but she did pretty good.
Would it be fair to say that she was raised to be the goodest girl?
This would be accurate. She was in fact trained like a dog, as most women should be.
Oh Jesus!
Objection to hostile witness. Again,
Yes,
we got
I am-
misogyny back.
Not hostile to me. He's fine with me.
Yeah, I know he's fine with you, you fucking man.
Mr. Dilbert, you will be held in contempt if you misogynize again.
I'm sorry. I should have shown a little bit more respect. There are
Thank you.
powerful women in positions of power.
And,
They bought or slept their way towards.
So would it be fair to be to say that the scientist here, who we don't know who it is, possibly Oz, withdrawn.
Definitely not.
Please, strike that from the record.
Yeah, definitely, clearly Oz, withdrawn.
Objection.
You can't
Attacking
you
the
can't
defense?
you can't object. I withdrew it.
I sure can.
No, I withdrew it.
I can object to it personally.
Yep, stenographer, please strike this entire conversation from the record. Jury will disregard.
Would it be fair to say that the unknown witness, or the unknown scientist, would it be fair to say that he created the Sky Clone with a purpose?
That's fair. He had to set goals. He wanted her to be capable of skilled and interesting writing, but not to be too dissimilar to the Sky herself, but definitely to be a bit different.
So the scientist, all of this training and rearing was for a very, very pointed purpose. It wasn't simply to nurture the clone and allow them to grow and become whomever they wanted to be.
Yes, my the dear doctor absolutely wanted, specifically in his own words, some good, wholesome smut. He kind of fed off of that shit.
Objection, hearsay.
He was a direct witness to
He stated,
What?
But he's stating something that someone else said.
Well, I believe that still
himself
falls
a
into
greatly
witness.
Appreciated smut.
Okay. Withdrawn.
Given these circumstances, do you think a regular person, would be able to grow up with normal values, normal morals, if they were being curated for writing smut?
Fortunately, I'd have to concede some fact that an individual who is raised in such a way may have, naturally be different mindset than another. I mean, a clone is not a one-to-one recreation, and if someone is raised a certain way, they may think a bit differently.
So is it possible that this clone, given all of its upbringing, its vast sort of influence and its increasing amount of what do you call it, exposure to the smut, could be evil?
Objection. Lack of
I
personal
wouldn't want to
knowledge.
believe that she could be evil.
But is it possible?
I mean, possibly. I don't want it to be, but it's possible that anyone could be evil.
Objection. Leading question.
Sustained.
How is it leading?
That is a leading question.
I said, is it possible that she could be evil? That's not leading.
That
It's a
is
yes or
leading.
no. It's a yes
You're
or no
directly
question.
leading them to the answer.
Yes.
Is it possible that anyone is evil? Correct. Yes. Anyone ever.
There
could
you
be
have
evil.
it. The defense themselves has said anyone can be evil.
Well, that's not what's on trial here, counselor.
No, well, the defense
You-
is argued that the clone of Sky can't possibly be evil, and therefore, with his very own words, has to admit that it is possible that the Sky clone is evil, and that's coming from a dear friend.
You were your job today is to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt, that
Beyond a
she wrote this
reasonable
book.
doubt.
Beyond a reasonable doubt, that she wrote this book. And saying she might be evil based off of a slightly different upbringing and some things that happened when she was growing up does not prove anything.
Oh no, I'm trying to
Prosecutor.
establish her evilness. I've already established that she wrote the book, as I have a witness who.
And you have led our witness away from telling you about her wholesome upbringing and led him into saying that it is possible for her to be evil.
These don't sound like objections, Your Honor. I'm afraid. I think this
Well,
is my.
I'm arguing my
I
original
believe
objection.
this is my
it's a
time.
leading question. It's a leading question because you have led him away from saying, as the witness said, she had a very wholesome and kind upbringing, but instead led him to the fact that anyone can be evil.
No, and he also stated that it was a pointed upbringing where she was exposed to smut. I would argue that in some people's minds, Your Honor, would not be a wholesome, caring upbringing. In fact, being exposed to what might be considered pornography of the word, might corrupt some people.
I'm hearing a lot of mights and maybes.
Yes, that's usually how it works. You don't want to.
I thought that you were going to question the witness to encourage him to refute the accusation that he put on a purple wig and seduced a sleazy porn director in order to get his boss the avenue in which to publish this egregious work of fiction under Clone Sky's name.
Well, I was getting there, Your Honor, but
Okay.
we were arguing this objection, which you haven't ruled on.
I rule it. Whatever. Move on.
Okay, there you have it. A whatever ruling. Mr. Dilbert, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you yourself an artist in any way?
I don't want to brag, but I dabble.
In what? In what?
I identify as the artist formerly known as Dilbert.
Oh, the cartoonist.
Yes, you got me. I'm a hardworking little cartoonist. It's a lot of fun in my off time. The very small amount of off time I get.
I believe that guy's problematic. I'm not sure, but I'll just throw it out there. I remember hearing something about the Dilbert cartoonist.
Yeah, he's kind of yeah. He's not great. He's also got such a goofy mind. I do agree with that. I remember Arthur. He's also really cool.
I
But-
wrote Arthur's was rude.
Objection, relevancy. Please get back on track.
Yeah.
Yes, redirect,
Yeah.
please, counselor.
Yeah, we're getting there. And have you seen the clone of Sky draw before?
Yeah, pretty good.
Would you say better than yourself?
I don't want to, but I would say better.
Okay, well, I would like to bring into evidence this sketchbook.
Oh, shit!
And in this sketchbook, there is a drawing of El Duce painted like one of Sky's French girls.
Oh, shit!
And as you note, the director is not wearing a little springy bow tie or have a square head. It's actually quite well drawn. Did you draw this particular art?
I never would draw the nipples so lifelike.
Have you ever seen Sky draw something along these lines?
Only when she works really, really hard.
Your Honor, the witness has soiled their pants.
Sustained? I don't know.
I'm trying, Judge. I'm trying to sustain.
So to be clear, you didn't draw this.
I wish I did, but no.
Then I would posit that Sky was the one at the scene with El Duce, not Dilbert, as this sketch clearly shows very graphically that she knows the ins and outs and curves of El Duce's body. And that's all I have for this witness.
Oz.
Objection. I would like to ask the witness more questions.
No, that's what? That's how it
No,
works.
you can. You can redirect.
Yeah, you redirect. She said it.
Yep.
It's true.
It can go back and forth as many times as necessary.
So, in this sketchbook that you have so lovingly provided, it is a drawing that you say was, in theory, done by our defendant. However, when it was drawn, you seem to have some type of reaction. Would you vocally state that reaction for the court?
Boy, how... Do you want me to say this vocally? Like,
What was your reaction to the photo? Was it surprise that it was so good, or was it arousal at the contents of the photo?
I think a little bit of both. I mean, especially like the content.
Surprise that it
Your
was
Honor.
so good, you say?
Objection. It is just subjectively arousing.
Sustained.
I mean, look at his bush.
For someone that has raised this clone from the cell that it started as, to be surprised by a drawing that was created by it, seems very incorrect if you're judging it based on who drew it. And to be aroused by the contents of the photo means maybe you have some history with the person in the photo.
Objection. That's speculative.
Well, I mean, if you're asking the witness how accurate the drawing is to the anatomy of the subject, I would like to know.
He's saying that somehow this is that he's seen every drawing that Sky might have done and would know if she would possibly draw this type of content.
I am directly attacking your piece of evidence that states he is a viable witness to the legitimacy of this being a Sky clone drawing. And to be surprised by a drawing...
I'm not using it. I'm not using him.
Aren't you the defendant?
I am the defendant.
I'm presenting
Stop me,
evidence
though.
and
No,
having having him examine the evidence to identify whether it's his or not, and he has already stated it is not his drawing.
And I'm attacking the credibility that you said it was Sky's drawing, which it clearly isn't, because he grew up with Sky, watched her grow up, and likely has seen, as a very overworked intern, every single thing she's done.
And
likely read every story, likely seen every picture.
And he already stated that he's seen Sky draw images of French girls before. Let's call
but
she
to
has
be
French
surprised
girled
by
it
this
before.
one- But to be surprised by this one indicates it's something unusual to him.
There was a Canadian flag in the way in the last one. That's why this one bared all.
Are you capable of sharing that image, prosecutor?
I mean, not on
So
me.
that the audience at home may see.
I mean, I can put it on the screen and post. But
Very well. Move on.
Gilbert,
Yes, sir.
what's your favorite song?
I guess if I had to have a Under Pressure.
Under Pressure. Lovely song.
That's pretty great.
A song everyone enjoys. In fact, it's a song the director enjoyed so much. That's the wrong piece of evidence. Whatever. I will now go with the damage drill. I had a scratch CD with a single song scratched out, but whatever. I'll go with the drill.
I see the scratch CD.
yeah, it's on there as well. You did the same thing as me and double-clicked evidence.
Oh, okay. We'll get to the drill in a minute. The scratch CD indicates that Under Pressure had been played at least 70 times the night the director said he was with Sky.
Objection. Everybody loves Under Pressure.
I'm gonna give him a little rope on this one.
So, Gilbert, my question to you is the crux of this current argument. Where were you the night the director said he was with Sky? Because clearly you took a train that day to the Hollywood offices. Gilbert.
Okay, I have to come clean. We had a steamy three-way. Oh God, I'm fucking ruined.
Go on. We listen and we don't judge.
Yeah,
Except
no,
for me,
no,
because
go
that's
ahead.
my
I was gonna
job.
say that's
You said
literally
there
your
was a
job.
three-way. We listen and we judge, but go on. You had a three-way with the director and the clone
I
of
listen
Sky?
and I judge. Because that's my job.
Steamy three-way with the director and the clone of Sky.
Objection. I would like to deposit this witness has officially committed perjury in the court and can no longer be considered a viable witness.
Your Honor, I would like to have it known that this is the defense's witness, and he has just
correct.
badgered him.
That's
and then,
correct.
And,
And
then
he lied.
You
He
can't.
lied to me. He lied to everyone in this court, and he's a bad person.
I'd say that
I mean,
that would be
perjury
striking-
charges. Perjury charges would apply. That wouldn't necessarily negate
I
everything that he
just want
said.
it to be loved.
But this is the defense's witness. They're supposed to be presenting their case. If anything, that would discredit the
Perjury
defense's case.
But we now know that this witness is willing to lie in court, lie to protect someone he loves, like the doctor.
We have
Someone who
we have an
he wants to have
objection.
an intimate relationship with. Go on. Objection.
We haven't established that he loves the doctor.
I mean,
Gilbert, do you love
sustained.
the doctor?
I don't want to say anything. I plead the fifth.
I mean, he cannot be compelled to incriminate himself.
More.
Although that's usually you should be aware that that applies to criminal charges, and criminal charges aren't like you've already perjured yourself. That would be the criminal charge involved.
Well, he could perjure himself further, Your Honor.
That is fair.
I would like to object and say that this witness should his testimony at this point, we shouldn't continue with this if the defense has established they are not a credible witness. Why are they continuing to ask them questions while maintaining that they're not a credible witness? That seems like a waste of the court's time.
Counter objection. The director also didn't include that there was a third person there, so he also perjured himself.
Objection. You didn't ask if there was a third person. We just clarified that Sky was there.
I am ready to move on to closing statements. If
Get the fuck out of here.
At least I can go knowing my soul is clear. I'm sorry, Clone of Sky. I'm sorry.
sorry for.
For telling about.
Let the record be known he's showing genuine remorse, which could indicate lying. Again.
Let it be
Okay,
shown
how do I
that's not
dismiss-
scientific.
You
Get out of here before you incriminate yourself more, you bastard.
How do
You
I?
sicken me.
Cider, you won. You pushed me to
Just
this.
hit it
You
again,
were
Sky.
terrible.
Hit the blue again. With the yeah.
Okay.
That was a nightmare.
What a nightmare.
All right. Defense, would you like to issue a closing statement?
The prosecution today has brought together a series of hearsay, accusational, and speculative statements upon the defense that do not indicate that she has ever written or been a part of the novel in question. I call upon the jury and the judge to realize that nothing here could be solved by this one singular courtroom. That none of the witnesses brought together today gave us anything except for a sloppy love story of lies and deceit.
Which is not nothing. Go ahead.
I rest my case.
Very well. Prosecutor?
Your Honor, the defense would have you say that we've presented a case with no evidence, with hearsay and slander. Well, I think we've established quite a bit today. I think we've established that Sky was observed going to the director, and who told the court today that she did claim to have written the book and did sleep with that director. And I think that establishes two key things. A, she did write the book in question, and B, her morals are questionable. As we all met that man. He was a real scumbag. And I think that establishes at least a little bit of questionable judgment, let's say. Enough so to, once this book is written, why they would not just clear themselves and just be honest with the court and put a plea of guilty forward. We've established that Sky did sleep with the director, did write this book. I'd say that...
No, we didn't at all. You're
Your
gaslighting
Honor,
everyone
Your
in
Honor,
the court.
Your Honor, I'm trying to have a closing statement here. Your Honor?
Was that a question?
No, I'm trying to talk. He can't talk during my closing
yes,
statement.
no. This is
Objection,
true. You
lie.
I would
statement.
I would request that the court hit him in the face with the mallet.
I mean, but only because it's fun.
Oh.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, the defense would have you believe these things. Even their own witness, they attacked and defamed and slandered their own witness, just as Sky's clone did so to the great literary novels of truly the greatest authors in American history and world history, for that matter. So, like I've said, I think we've established here that Sky is guilty, and I ask the court, I ask you, Your Honor, to make an unbiased decision and bring this vile person to justice. Because keep in mind, they look like you, Your Honor, and do you really want someone going around slandering your good name? The prosecution rests.
Well, the court sees, as we, have no jury for deliberation, the court sees that, that while there is a torrid, story within the witnesses and the development of the story here, there does seem to be enough evidence to show that, unfortunately, the Sky Clone does seem to have written the book.
This is
And
complete garbage. Absolutely no evidence was put forward that she wrote the book. I brought forward the witness to prove that nothing can be
Your
trusted
Honor,
in this
you
court.
are you are being disrespected by the defense. This is your time to speak, and I would love to hear your ruling.
Kangaroo court.
okay,
Kangaroo
well,
Attica.
Attica.
while I was nearly persuaded to follow the subway ticket and the lost shoe and the implication that the intern was in fact wearing a purple wig, which was not entered into evidence, unfortunately. The sketchbook in itself does seem rather damning. Because how would she know what the director looks like down there?
Yeah, and he had weird parts.
We established that that wasn't her drawing. We established
we-
No, we didn't.
we established that?
No, we
No, we
didn't.
didn't.
No, we didn't.
The one who raised her didn't recognize it immediately. They said it wasn't theirs, and that it maybe could have been something drawn by Sky, but he was also still surprised by it.
He wasn't surprised by it. He was turned on
What
by
the
it.
fuck is happening?
He said he
It's
was
the
both.
It's up to the judge now, dude.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You don't get to be right in this case.
Yeah.
She gets to choose.
That's
Well,
true.
it mostly
The
comes
evidence
down
doesn't
to
matter.
the evidence. No, the evidence was not enough to. I'm looking at the evidence right now.
There's two pieces that are irrelevant. The stare in the subway, and what was Oz's? It was like a drill. Oh no.
Mine was a drill, but it didn't actually get entered in.
Oh.
I wish that there was a way for this clone of Sky to speak to her own character, like to witness.
Yeah, but do you really want Sky speaking for like? Do you really want Wyatt speaking for Sky? Because that's what would happen if we called him to the stand. Wyatt, give us a 10-second snippet of Sky on the stand, and we'll let the judge know how bad of an idea that would be.
Hello, I'm Sky, and I want to let you know that this slanderous words are so insulting. I don't even know what day it is.
I mean,
He makes a very convincing argument.
yeah, but the next 10 seconds.
Boy, howdy, wouldn't
He'd say something about his own tits. It's inevitable.
Which would further
I have a nice
it would be
knock.
further accurate
Yeah.
as to Sky's character.
Fair.
Staring at this evidence, I don't feel as though the prosecution was able to prove within a reasonable doubt.
Unreal. You got swayed by Oz's
Guilty,
complaining and
guilty,
stinking.
guilty,
Wait, which
guilty.
side is which?
Guilty.
Hold on.
I'm arguing that she
Means-
didn't write it. They're arguing that she did.
Which you've already established
No, I-
that the court
Guilty.
we did show
Yeah.
that she did.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
she didn't write it. There's at no point in this did she ever it had ever been established that she wrote
Yes,
the
it
book.
was.
In fact, that was when.
when the witness said that she wrote it and she told him that she wrote it and they were making a movie out of the play that she wrote it, and then your witness came forward and said that they had a threesome together and that he had no part in it, which is you trying to
And incriminated himself, implying that he was willing to lie for anyone,
and the person
including someone he loved.
and we also
Right.
So nothing
but-
that has been said can be solid evidence.
no the
I think the sketchbook was the final nail.
Oh my god.
Guilty.
This is fucking ridiculous. I argued my heart out, and you went with someone
And no,
who
you were
actively
close.
said
No,
no, I wasn't.
No, hung jury wasn't an option. You know how much I
Alright,
love
this
fence
jury
sitting.
was
How
hung.
dare you?
Absolutely ridiculous. You let yourself be gaslit and pandered to. You're a terrible judge, and you continue to be a terrible judge.
No.
That's just court.
Wow, what
That
a
is
character.
court.
That was fucking ridiculous. Not a single piece of evidence. And every time I would refute, and I literally talked about the drawing in detail, saying that the person who was the only credible witness that could have said it was the clone of Sky's drawing actively said they didn't know if it was Sky's drawing.
I'd like to accuse Oz of being butthurt and have
I'm
him
a
on
little
trial.
butthurt because this is the second time I've lost a court case that I should have won because
objection,
of biases.
Butthurt was the cousin of the previous guy.
Yeah,
Mr.
fair.
Butthole.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I can't be butthurt. I have to be butthole. I'm the daughter's
Yeah. There you go.
stepdad? I don't know.
yeah, no.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
I imagine this is where we need to end the stream.
Yeah, yeah. This will a fight will endure beyond this stream's.
What, you don't want me
Yep,
to be the
yep.
judge, guys?
Night, everybody.
Yeah,
Good night, everyone.
Maybe next week.
yeah.
Mwah!
Bye,
Remember to be kind.
Bye.
and see you all in hell.